Hi, my name's Alex, and I'm going to speak to you about the book Divergent by Veronica Roth. It's gotten a lot of buzz internationally, so people are resorting to drastic means to get their hands on an advanced reader's copy of the book in the series Insurgent. There are a few things I find interesting in this book, and one main thing that I find a bit disturbing or annoying. I can start actually with the negative criticism. You see, it's a very basic plot, and at points, it's similar to the Hunger Games. I'm getting a vibe that they're really kind of the same basic idea. You have a society that oppresses its inhabitants, that puts them and categorizes them. I'll get more to that later, but what I'm trying to say is that it's a plot that you find everywhere, and it's a bit typical for teenage books. And I think that sometimes, at least if you're an advanced reader, maybe you're looking for something that's a bit deeper or more complex. But there are parts that will actually make up for the shortcomings of this plot. She makes an undertone. Veronica Roth has an amazing way of actually making the book making a connection with the reader, and that's interesting for me. And that's why I find myself an advanced reader, or at least above average, which gives the book more soul. It gives a more subjective view on the on a problem, on the plot. So about the book, just very shortly, I thought it was great because it was similar to the Hunger Games. You have 5 factions, that has people with 5 different traits. You get forced at the age of 16 to choose a group of these 5. One of them is the Dauntless, with brave people. A lot of the time they guard this futuristic version of Chicago. They're intelligent people who work to find some sort of energy source. They try to find that, and then you have the generous people who are just servants, basically, or they help people. That's their trait. So you follow this girl Triss. She becomes a divergent. She doesn't really have traits that fit into a special faction. That makes her a bit of an outcast. She ends up choosing Dauntless, the brave trait, and she also ends up getting involved, or getting in the middle of romance, action, a lot of action actually, and the social twist, and a lot of conflict, you see. So she ends up facing the government, a little bit like in the Hunger Games, where you follow a girl who ends up just really showing the people, the inhabitants, that the government, they create the wrong picture of